Obrey, edi adani, etoda eyenije, edrumre bi nso a eyenije mu so. Wadwene mutimi ya wokesene ne ya na wonhu ne wonye. Ya na ye osaje wokrafri wonsem wana. Wonim se, wadwene ye woni paduane ne safo a. Dwene mu na nyansa ne nimde wo. Adwene ne boama yefa nsusuye na yesiginaye. Adwene ne boama empo yakoma edan na tinkendi. Na wonim kwan a ewo se wofa so ebo wadwene ho ban. Wo nyina nkemfo nti. Na E-NAF consult edi dwumedie ebrew. Mental board wodwumedie so no ye nimpanfo a wonim de efa yadwen apomden ho bedi nhia na waboa ne anya nimdie ntiase na ye hu kwan a ye befa so aboya adwen ho ban enti hia oba entry wo Facebook E-NAF consult and for YouTube E-NAF TV so na ye mom enje sa nimdie kai se Ghana Psychological Association and for Mental Health Authority agi dwumedie yatom wo mental board so de ye say your mental health is our priority.
Ebimu eni no na so almost start some behave say nkola because this part of the brain is affected. Make us otiase because adwen na ka kire na make bibi tinwa u feel because adwen na ka kire suade adwen na ka kire u suade otiase adwen na ka kire utumika igbe utumika fanti adwen na ka kire nti bibia ye nyina omo studio nyina ne omo ye bia na adwen na ka kire. It is a dream. Bibi touch my one. You can't do anything. It was be a case of a brain dead. I was so doubtable to me. Right from the time you are in the womb, I start to say develop. Into a before I born mukrana adwena say. Ogu anakuma no boba adwene yedwuma. So this part of the brain is responsible for executive function near the end. Usika utumi counts away 5,000 and then mefa. Is this part of the brain that helps you do that? Boxers near the end and the homogene say they are okay, hitting their head all the time.
And also in future,
and small damage. And 2 years you can know that at your end, it's going to be very, very terrible. To be able to walk in a straight line, in Tianopoba, so if you can't walk, ability to do that is because of balance. Into Obino so to me 90 straight because in some affected way. Because alcohol damages the brain. Adrenaline ye intact. I want to be yes.
Kaise Ghana Psychological Association and for Mental Health Authority. Aji dwumedie yatom. Wo mental board so de yes say your mental health is our priority. Abusia enen so mema wakwa abasonko kra eba mental board dwumedie so. Ele se wo hwe me wo Facebook a aha eye E-NAF consult wo hwe me ewo YouTube nso a aha eye E-NAF TV. Mema wakwa abasonko kra eba mental board apomden dwumedie so. Enen so ye ne wadi ahia na wotwe atwa mu no dog ema yete nsem bebre na ne titiri wa ewo mu no ma yehu se eba no ye mental health a ya dwen edi mu akotene pa enti ene ye ba behwe ya dwen ho asem ebesua ne ya dwen ne ye ma enipadua na yehu kwan a ye befa so abo ya dwen ho ban ene dog asan abepiem ewo Pray Studios ha enti mi twa me ho sima basame ba medan doctor edi a kire na fe ye de nkomo twetwe no atwaso Kaise Ghana Psychological Association and for Mental Health Authority agi dwumedie yatom wo mental board so de yes say your mental health is our priority. Mesro so wo hwe like it na share na subscribe se me be ya ensema dog ka ne adesua yesua nyina no woni afofo nyina nso ensa ebetumi akabie dog yesa ma wakwa ba wo de yafam rofo no so mu edufan na se say ni yenhwe dog niema ebe ya ebe boy adwen ho ban sanse wa ma yate ase se ya adwen ne de eno a ne kipa ni padwen nti se ebe ya ebe ye niema bi a ebe boy adwen ho ban fa yefam
and you ma can go into because there are a lot as I'm seeing it there are too many things I we can't go into.
Okay,
usually doctors don't study brain surgeons they need about 9 years more after medical school 7 years more.
Wow,
that is how serious it is.
And complicated brain
and it's very, very sensitive. And there are things that actually damage the brain. Let me mention some of them. Right, the first one is genes. There are people who have some genetic problems which has affected the brain. In ABA or Fee, many papa has some issues. Right, they can pass it on through the genes. Right, it also do some mental illness. Once they run through the family. Say you will be a bodama, once will be so on the fee. You know, we won't go into that for today. But genes also will be so hypertension. Now, our transfer will be. So genes is very, very important. Then the next one is brain damage. The normal be or for example, make boxes near the end, hitting your head, a quality buffum near the end. Sometimes even a collar usano, only a tono cost on the scene, shaky sano.
Oh.
The brain shakes.
Yeah, near fancy and no media.
You have to be careful. The brain shakes into a band sana. They may have some small, damage bleed here and there. Then also you have to be very careful. Obi the big boat trim near the end, you start bleeding into your head. So brain damage. Right, sometimes your friend is saying then infections. There are some infections which actually affect the brain. You may have encephalitis, meningitis, or abscesses in the brain. And some infections can actually travel to the brain, right? Into and infections around Hamatania, we talk about meningitis and those things, So infections can damage the brain. Then tumors. Tumors means any part of the body, cells. There were cells. That those cells when I'm medical, then they can actually, your friend is saying changes can happen in those cells that tumors can form. So the brain can have its own tumors. The abnormal growth in the brain. Right? Some of them are very aggressive. In terms of development, they destroy other parts of the body. And sometimes there can be a tumor from another part of the body that to the brain. Affect. Like for example, breast cancer. If you have breast cancer, some of the cancer cells can go to the brain. Now, attack the brain. It can actually affect the brain. Right? In a traumatic brain injury, like things like accident, near the Obinya accident, the Tiboho and Abibi, they can start bleeding into the brain. It can affect the brain near there. Then we have some illnesses like stroke, hypertension, diabetes. They damage the brain. In Tibu BP now, you're on a time bomb. In the work hospital. See, as I'm looking, sometimes I need to be brave, but it's easy for me because we've actually been to school. And they say, Doctor B who no catch us who your way now and yeah. Now you go and say, oh, I'm going to do something else. You're actually killing it because I say, oh, catch us who name But Doctor B is so name right? And so, hypertension, BP, 148 BP na that's also right. Near say, you veins near there no na echo adwin mu no. It can betumi apai. Some of the arteries near there na betumi apai. Into a pie good trim, I won't say moja good trim. And I say betumi block. We don't have it here. We don't have. I would have showed you. Into maybe at this portion and at this portion, another portion, whatever. There is blood supply about 15 to about 20% of all the blood passes through the brain. Right, and so once vessels now echo your friends no brain no. Ebi betumi block and ebe pie. Then you get a stroke. Stroke means blood supply is not going well into the ewu. Into all that place and what it does, no, it will not work. And sometimes stroke can be very extensive. To both say the person can even be unconscious for some days. Sometimes they die. Stroke, when your stroke, death rate is very high. Right? Into who BP who or diabetes who and again say BBI fine. The damage is going on until one day pump something big will come up. Something happens like that. And I say you lose a lot of blood. Such that blood supply to the brain is cut. It can also damage the brain. Right? And again to nutrition here there. Your friend is saying if you don't eat well, the brain actually needs glucose. It needs, your friend is saying, it needs the nutrients near there in fruits and veggies and those things to be able to function well. There are some chemicals which the brain, the neurons and stuff they produce. We call them neurotransmitters. Yeah, you need a lot of some of these nutrients to maintain them.
And if you have fire nearby a bit near boy a dream by. Now you no if you watch in your bunny near your dear.
Well, into your friend is saying, Nyama canning in ano. You are protecting your brain. Right? Into genes there, you may not be able to control it.
Yes, you have no control.
Right? So, for example, we epilepsy, and I say seizure, and say because the neurons, the information that goes through is like electrical current.
Yes.
So, when they are misfiring, that is when they shake. Into we say EEG, the normal CCT, just to measure the electrical activity of the brain. That is what it means. Into be try either form electrical activity in the it's all over the place. I say Over electricity, a power surge.
Okay.
Even say oh fan and fridge and I say it's the same.
Okay.
Because everything is all over the place.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Right? So if you are hypertension, we'll show no trauma to the brain, near the no, you are eating well. All those things you are protecting the brain.
Okay. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Because
yes.
the things I said that damages the brain, there are no infections, whatever. You're actually protecting your brain. Okay. Alcohol, smoking destroys the brain. Into one no you are actually, protecting your brain.
Okay.
So most of the things I've said, if you actually flip it, that's how you are able to protect. And especially for kids, pregnancy. And like I said, take care of the pregnancy well. Go to the hospital.
Okay.
And go pharmacy in let the doctors write, because some of the medications will destroy the baby.
Okay.
Herbal medications will destroy the brain of the baby.
Okay.
Hospital now too late. Because around the time a banner out oxygen supply to the brain very important, because placenta and air separate. The oxygen from the blood, it won't be inadequate. Okay. So the child has to come quickly and start breathing. It was delayed labor, right? It means the oxygen is not going to the brain. Permanent brain damage.
Okay.
To those who have autism near the end of class, a channel or by a day, or channel, and the fault. The brain was destroyed.
Okay.
So labor issues very, very important, especially for children coming up.
Okay.
Very, very, very essential.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So some of the foods, almost every food is okay.
Okay.
All the proteins, you have the carbohydrates, you have fruits and veggies, very, very important, because you need all those vitamins, B complex, all the Bs, and all those things. Okay. You need that. Okay. So all the things we eat, the normal things we eat, right, which is healthy, natural, they protect the brain.
Okay.
Oh, fruits, veggies, Now I'm saying we've actually thrown everything away with all kinds of artificial things. Can this fast things. Those things are not nutritious enough.
Okay.
But just some cabbage bean those things in toast, your friend is saying garden eggs, those things they are the things that are nutritious. The apple, those things, because those things have enough nutrients in there to actually help supply the brain.
Juice no, so paper one no.
Oh, so paper juice, most of them is just coloring or flavors and stuff like that. So I'm going to buy paper juice, why not squeeze orange and drink?
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So those things, it helps with the brain. So you realize that most of us eat well, so we don't really have any problem with the brain.
Yeah.
You understand? And again, other things I forgot to is your experiences.
Okay.
Every negative experience damages the brain. Uko relationships sikasema basa your friend is saying no if you need some abuse, physical, verbal, sexual abuse. Into go ya abuse na bon say na bra bibia asesa. Adrena aye basa. So all those experiences around also affects the brain. And how the brain is able to function well.
Okay. Dog, you say what my hunyane a bitimi adi. O say ye ni bibia. Na exercise bi so e bo adwena.
Well, normal exercise, generally exercise will boost your mood. Okay. Right? Will help a proper blood circulation here there. So exercise helps. Okay. Rest, sleep. Right? Oda as a computer, I freeze now, while clicking refresh, and now while restarting, everything comes fresh. Okay. So exercise, rest also really, really helps the brain function.
Okay.
And when it comes to memory, there's a part of the sleep. Sleep goes in various cycles and phases. Okay. Part of the phase, there's something that happens. We call it consolidation of memories. The say, long term.
Okay.
So that will be kai. Because any no may be a kai, but no may be what kai. Right? Into what the body actually no more ways now a shift called long term memory. Because I'm consolidation of memory. Right? Into we a student who's yadi. That's a wonder year. Ubon say, Niaube Shibian, Ubonza say, what can we at the Bechina say no, Charlie? Ascata, because one day ye. Go exams, you study the whole night. who got now say try say we if you do tima do. Into before every exams, the best thing you can do to yourself is to sleep.
Okay.
You wake up and the brain is just refreshed.
Okay.
You can think well, you can actually, do better than to stay awake. So exercise helps, sleep also really helps.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, doc. Nyawa kenyi na emu no. Ye de ne yenko mo hwehwe na be wi, but say ye ka a healthy brain
A healthy brain is a brain that is able to function
okay.
the way it's supposed to function.
Good.
If you pass na maka ni adwuma ye ni na. Say wadwen no ye adwuma yi a. It should be able to do what it has to do
okay.
without any trouble.
Okay.
But most of us adwen ni adwuma yi nka we won't be here. Maybe I issues be or yeah, would who be brand I say how, but generally for example, we are sorry what you would respond. It means that your brain is working.
Okay.
Otherwise you can't do anything. Who trap is the brain.
Okay.
So when you're able to function well, everything is possible. Your brain is working, very well.
Okay. Yes. Dog, my final words.
Well, this is God's creation. Nyamia bibia in order. And he said, it means something really went wrong. And you are responsible in protecting your brain.
Okay.
And to bibia unim say how and I say beha wadwin send yakana. Just stop it.
Let it go.
Right. Otherwise, later on, your later years, we'll say you can't be functional.
Okay.
Okay. Because I dream should now, if you realize that you would in fact in is affecting you, walk into any hospital.
Okay.
There are professionals who have been trained about dream oneself.
Okay.
There are mental health workers, psychiatrists, psychologists, counselors, mental health nurses. You have your friend is paraprofessionals, counselors, some counselors who have been trained. We have chaplains, we have all kinds of neuropsychologists, we have almost in the hospital.
Okay.
Into corner, they realize what is happening. Then they will refer you, neurosurgeons, psychiatrists, they will refer you to whoever to be able to help you.
Okay.
Yes.
Dog, yeah, that's it. Send them so your tones are free. Abusia, dog, needing a Dr. Isaac Newman Arthur. Ono na APR eda Ghana Psychological Association asoye no ono na APR momo emprempren so ono na ye medical directorate ono na ehwe University of Professional Studies omasoye a ehwe medical so no ono na ehwe sa asoye no me a medi dwumadi ho chia me medin ene oba entwi o hwe wo Facebook aha eye E-NAF consult o hwe wo YouTube so aha eye E-NAF TV mesre wo say o hwe no na wo like na wo share na wo comment bia nso a na wo de ato comment section ho na emreba ma ye beji bre na ye ne doctor atnase na mo comment ene mo questions nyina no doctor ayi ano amamo ebiom so say wo pese oni e di nkita ho a obetimi afren wo 059 7373 699 059 7373699 FSO wo pese wo send your WhatsApp a obetimi asend ya fa 020 0004577 020 0004577 so efe meka wo say yet na praise studio ene ye di dwumedi ebrel say open mema ne mratwa wo mu hutwa na wo ma be cover video eye wedding traditional marriage outdooring eye program bia wo ye no say wo pem ranti a wo betimi abetwa na ebo ne da fom pa mekanfo praise media ediamao obetimi afrom 054-864-6069 so na oma bedi wudwuma nyina amaw satade a me hye eye ofa eye the mystery glamour ono ene pam hye me obetimi afren 055-299-6727 055-299-6727 so afemi makeup eye ofa eye Dior beauty salon obehu no ewo Instagram and Snapchat so obetumi nso afren 020-4062-337 020-4062-337 so afi okoye social media platforms a ya flyers a wo ho nyina no make for creative ways e dia mawo so wo person ye o card o designer o cards mawo e wedding invitation e outdoor bi na wo ye e yimpo na wo ye na wo posters on pa free creative ways e was 0244406026 0244406026 so na obetimi
a design wo cart bia e de amawo yɛda wase sɛ nnɛ nso yɛ ne wudi ahyia no one flipping na wotena ase na kai sɛ ɛho hia sɛ yɛbɛbɔ yɛadwen ho ban ɛsiane sɛ yɛadwen no ɛno na ɛkita yɛ nipadua nyinaa me a medi dwumadie ho kyerɛ me medin biem ɛne ɔbaa entry yɛde nyame gyaw kai sɛ wo dwumadie so deɛ yɛse your mental health is our priority macro Kaise, Ghana Psychological Association and a Mental Health Authority, Aji Jumedi Yatum, or mental board so dear yes, your mental health is our priority.